This is incredible. This is like a magic fairyland with a frozen fish.
Yeah, that's our lunch, by the way.
That's perhaps another reason why I consider myself quite hopeful when it comes to coming up with solutions is that I get to visit some of the most beautiful, pristine wilderness habitats all across the planet. But that doesn't mean I don't also visit very dark places. But even in the darkest of places, there is sometimes a glimmer of light. And one of those places is here, the Chernobyl exclusion zone. I was 13 years old when in 1986, reactor number 4 went into meltdown. I remember the fear, the terror, watching the news and reading the newspapers of what this meant for humanity. That radioactive cloud that was potentially going to follow around the whole world. In the immediate aftermath, 100,000 people were evacuated from the area and resettled all across the former Soviet Union as it was back then. Unknown people perished, and in its place, an exclusion zone of 2,600 square kilometers was put into place. Shortly after the very first lockdown, I was given the opportunity to not just go into the bowels of the reactor itself, this place that I had been horrified by as a child, but to go back to the abandoned city of Pripyat to see what happened after people left. 35 years after the disaster, I'm traveling to the most radioactive place on Earth.
This is the accident and emergency department. Imagine the horrors that went on in here.
I've been granted special permission to explore some of Chernobyl's secrets.
Some people believe that this was a mind controller, like a brain scorcher.
Going inside the very control room where the fatal mistake was made.
Goodness me. I mean, this is unbelievable.
And seeing close up the tomb of the doomed reactor.
Wow. I can't quite believe I'm actually in here.
What has Chernobyl now become?
Look, so someone's been staying in here. This is the Chernobyl squatter.
And what does it mean for the generations to come?
I see this as a very timely visit, because the world is a tipping point. I'm hoping that by visiting this place, the people, maybe I'll find some hope that all is not lost.
What was most extraordinary and unexpected for me visiting this highly radioactive place was that in the absence of all of those people, flora and fauna had returned. We often talk about what we're doing to this planet. We're destroying the planet, and of course we are having a huge impact, but it's us who we're destroying. The planet will survive in some shape or form. It won't necessarily be as beautiful and abundant as it has once been, but it's not going anywhere. And in Chernobyl, in this exclusion zone, the wildlife had returned, not just a lone wolf, but in tremendous abundance.
Look at that, incredible. Just amazing to see the array of animals on those camera traps. Moose, deer, wolves, lynx, there's even bears. So many animals living in this extraordinary exclusion zone.
The planet faces unprecedented challenges. Many of them, like Chernobyl, of our own making. I came here looking for hope.
What I've discovered here at Chernobyl is that this is supposed to be a radioactive wasteland for tens, maybe hundreds of thousands of years.
nature's reclaiming it. Look at this. This, for me, is the really exciting part of the Chernobyl story, because it's the accidental hope that came from it. Some people are calling this the European Amazon. This is almost the greatest accidental rewilding project in the world. Because where there was wretchedness and disaster has come this extraordinary return to the wild.